And hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Kevy's Corner. I'm Kevykev, and you heard some great music in the back there, and it is from just a tremendous, great friend, phenomenal guest as well on the show here. You might know him as Charles Murphy. He's a longtime educator in the St. Louis public schools and other districts as well, teaching for more than half a century, and he's what we might call semi-retired right now. Also, you might also know him as Babatu, longtime performer with the Infrared Rockers and other music groups, but that's his main group that he's been with, of course, over the years. And so we wanted to talk to him about what he's doing in retirement, and again, I should say semi-retirement, because he still continues to help students around the St. Louis area and the St. Louis public schools. And as you can see, he's still producing music with his guitar, keyboards, you name it. He's doing it all. So we want to welcome Babatu to the show. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
You doing good? I know you got a song for us too, so I'm gonna let you go ahead, get that going, and we'll come back and we'll, we can talk more about everything that's going on with you right now. You stop. You're gonna keep jamming. If not, we'll okay. He's gonna sing for us here too. Okay.
I am the mist who moves along with a smile, a tear, and a song. I go on through the years with my smile and my tears, and I answer the call of the ones who have never been loved at all. I am the house that has no walls, the meeting place that has no halls. If you're out, you may come in. You can go and come again. I'll always answer the call of the ones who have never been loved at all. Yes, hello, my friend, how do you do? I'd like to spend some time with you. I'd like to hear what you have to say. That is the secret, that is the way. I always answer the call of the ones who have never been loved at all. Hello, hello, hello. So let my friend now, I must go. We'll meet again, maybe so. Now you have met someone who cares. Now you must be someone who cares. And go on through the years with your smile and my tears. And answer the call of the ones who have never been loved at all. I am the mist who moves along with a smile, a tear, and a song. I go on through the years with my smile and your tears, and I answer the call of the ones who have never been loved at all.
Bravo, bravo, bravo. That's Babatu, Charles Babatu Murphy. Now, what's the title of that one?
The title goes between the mist and the ones who have never been loved.
The mist and the one who's never been loved.
At all.
At all. And you know, that's only fitting for you. I mean, I always try to get my numbers right. I want to say 56 years in the classroom teaching.
Yes.
I mean, and you've always, I mean, you probably can't name anybody else that's done anything for 56 years, right? You think about it. But to be in the classroom and serve children and families like that for over half a century, that is just incredible. And you've been honored. I mean, I know you've received awards from a Salute to Excellence awards from the St. Louis Americans. You've gotten proclamations from elected officials, the city of St. Louis, Mayor Tashara Jones. You've been honored just on your career. And then this was in the year of your retirement. And then I know personally that I want to say, I don't even know if you retired 3 months and you were back at it helping students. It's just in you to serve children and families, right?
Yes, and it's kind of it's a two-way street because when I help the youngsters and listen to them and kind of give them a map to kind of follow, it's amazing. It really does keep me young.
Okay.
And
you certainly are that.
Whatever is going on, it's I don't know. Sometimes I think I get more from them than they get from me.
Wow.
And I do think that helps them.
Okay.
When they see they can inspire me. And a lot of times they'll come up with something and I might have been thinking about, I'm going to say this and that. But when they say what they got to say, I start to make sure they understand that I'm listening to them.
Okay.
Because I start figuring out, well, if you say this, then to me that means this. And I said, that's powerful.
Okay.
So I would say it is mutual, but it does make a difference. And I'm going to say the big thing that I want to see happen now is that young people, especially our young people, learn the history of wherever it is they are living now. And they will find out how much so many people who love and have loved them really did for them. And that is, to me, is really powerful because there's a sad story there of so many of our ancestors, who have given their lives, had their lives taken, and it looked like it didn't matter. But the power is in the fact that it still matters, and we're still moving what they started forward and keeping it going. And to me, that's the real power in this thing. As long as we see what they did and even, hear about it, learn about it, read about it, and realize that they are, it's like a relay. It's a relay race because they handed something off to us. And that's the power of this, Yeah, it can make you sad, but ultimately, they passed on the strength to do this.
Wow, that is really special and well said. What you say, I've been blessed to interview you a number of times, and one of the things that I know you've always said which has been the key to your teaching career, is you've said you have to make the students basically say, wow, wow.
That's a wow.
You
Yes.
know, you said,
Yeah.
kind of explain what that means when you say you got to show them something or give them something that makes them say, wow.
Well, it's like magic, you know. Magicians, they're really good at that wow factor, and that's what you want. You want people to start doing something, and then they actually create something, and then they say, wow, I did that. Mm-hmm. And that wow factor is everything. And it's like storytelling. Mm-hmm. It's the punchline. Mm-hmm. You know, that wow thing is so powerful, you know, and that's how you build it as you bring it to them. And little by little, as they start to do it, wow means they got something. Okay. You know, and that's what this is all about. Them being able to say, wow, and I like that. And you know, all those expressions that show they found something that they didn't know about before. Mm-hmm. and now they know it, and they say, oh, you know that, okay. Oh, wow. You know, I'm telling you, when I love that, okay. When you see it, and that's what guides my music. That's what guides, as I'm watching different documentaries. These days, I'm gonna say my favorite thing to do, other than the music, is watch documentaries. Oh my gosh, and they're all over now. Yeah. And that's one of the beauties of, or what they used to call cable, and without any commercials. Now the commercials done found everything. Yeah. But to me, truth is so powerful. Mm-hmm. And our ancestors did it, you know, and that's the beauty. Once that spirit is passed through us to our youngsters, and then they do the same thing, and realize, like I'm saying, you know, they got this baton. Mm-hmm. And they appreciate that, and that's what we got to do. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, well, you know, I know we're coming up on a little break here and things, but one of the things I would like to ask you to expound on too is for that. Maybe there's some young teacher that maybe just hit the classroom. Maybe this is their first year teaching, and anybody that sat down with you would want to know, man, how do you do it? Because when you say wow, you mean for 56 years every morning you've had a wow? How, you know, I'm gonna give you time to, you know, we'll take this break, we'll come back, but if you could answer that, because then the question would be, how do you maintain the endurance and the energy that for that long a period of time, half a century, that you've been able to come up with a wow every morning, every time you hit that classroom?
All right.
So you think about that. We'll take this time out. We're visiting with Charles Babatu Murphy. You can maybe give us a little instrumental, little flavor on the way out here. Some from the archives. He has thousands of songs in his vault, in his archive here. But we'll come back and talk more with Charles Babatu Murphy about music and just success in the classroom for over 50 years. All right, this is Kevykev, Kevy's Corner. We'll be right back.
This is a song called Undiscovered. When you came you saw my face. I was here in the first place. Now you hide me in the worst place. Tell me, how did you discover me?
All right, welcome back. That's Charles Babatu Murphy. And see, now I'm gonna have to ask, what do we take? How do you discover me? How would we discover Charles Babatu Murphy? How do we do that?
Well, that's a perfect question because the song's not even about me.
Really?
Okay. And that's the trick to this song.
Okay.
To understand who am I talking about.
Okay.
Because when I say, when you came, you saw my face. I was here in the first place. Now you hide me in the worst place. And you lie that you discovered my place. So the question becomes, who did that? When you came, you saw my face. I was here in the first place. Now you hide me in the worst place. And you lie that you discovered my place.
Boy, that's a lot of interpretation there.
And you try to undiscover me. When you leave, you'll see my face. I'll be here in my rightful place.
When you leave.
You can't hide in no place. Mystery, my story, true history will reveal your disgrace.
My goodness. Well, that's one of the things about your music. I think it's always, it's up to interpretation. And that's you as an artist, you want people to kind of apply their story to it and what they take from it. Because like you said in the mystery, you said you weren't even undiscovered. You weren't even talking about yourself.
I'm not. And that's the beauty of it. It's about Aboriginal people and Native Americans in particular. And what inspired it was the more I thought about this whole thing of Columbus discovering America. And so now I make sure I sing this on Columbus Day.
And I think that's coming up like in the next couple of days
in a little while.
And it is certainly not recognized the way it was when you and I were kids, where you would say Christopher Columbus discovered America,
Them 3 ships and oh man. And there's those islands in the Caribbean. It's named after Christopher Columbus's patron saint. But I remember I was writing it when we were touring. We were on a cruise, and we got off at the island, and they had a national museum, and I went to it because I said I want to see this, and I went there and I quoted those lines to the person that was managing the museum. And at first, she had told me we couldn't take any pictures. But once I told her those lyrics, she begged me to take the pictures.
Really?
Yeah, and I still have that footage.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's gonna be our secret for a while. We'll let you know what the island was, and if you can't figure it out. But like I say, that's the wow.
That's the wow.
Because once you make that connection, and what you saw my face, and then you can't hide no place. History, my story, mystery will reveal your disgrace. So
wow.
I'm always, speaking up for a lot of people who were left out.
Absolutely. I know that's why it's been part of your classroom.
Yeah.
So what would you say though to a teacher? What's been you told us the thing is what you have to do is wow 'em, but what has been? Has it been the ability? I'm gonna let you answer it. I don't know, but what has been the key for you to say? I mean, anybody that they began teaching in the fall, I guess nobody could go in and realistically say, I'm going to teach for the next 56 years, right? So what's been the key? What allowed you to do that?
Like I say, I get the energy from the young people, you know what I'm saying? And they've got tons of energy. And as long as they keep trying, and it's like what I say about comedians. A comedian really has to pay attention to everything that's going on, and they have to take a really deep look, because that's where they find the incongruities that create the joke or make people laugh. It's the same thing that people laugh, because that laugh comes from a surprise.
Okay.
That laugh is a wow.
Okay.
And that's basically how I'm setting things up and asking questions and suggesting different things. And at a certain point, they start to put these things together. And then all of a sudden they say, oh, wow.
Wow.
Because you just give them the pieces of the puzzle. And as they pay attention to the puzzle and ask questions, and that's getting closer, that's the trick.
That's it. Well, the teaching profession, which I know you love, respect, you've honored it, and you've also been one on the forefront pushing for teachers, rights and opportunities and everything else, salaries, wages, you name it. You've been at the forefront of all of that push and drive and just advancing the profession of education. So when you look at that, and even in this year that we are now, where we have an election year, and a candidate, the vice president, has talked about teachers, being not overshadowed by others, and so I know that's probably something that's to your heart when you hear that kind of conversation. So I guess I'm being long-winded, but my question is, what do you say about the profession now? As we saw with the pandemic, you need more teachers. What would you say to motivate others to consider a profession like yourself, of a teacher that many years?
Believe it or not, everybody can teach. Anybody can teach. All they have to do is listen to what other people are having problems with, or bragging about and done something with. And all people have to do is think about what they went through, and they will find a wow in it. And that I'm telling you, you just set that up,
Set
you
it
know, and it uplifts you and energizes you, you know, as you keep doing it. And I'm telling you that energy keeps flowing.
Well, I know we're in the final minute here, but would you say that you're in those 50 plus years, you've been able to have a wow every morning when you step in that classroom?
No, there was some times, you know, I come in there and I let something that happened to me keep me from, you know, spreading the wow. But as soon as I realized, wait a minute now, there's a lesson for me and there's a lesson for them. Mm-hmm. And I might wind up sharing with them, you know, why I'm upset or something, and come find out, they'll wow me.
They'll wow you.
And they'll
so the
say,
wow goes both ways.
It goes both ways.
So some days you might not have the wow for them, but they'll have the wow for you.
They got the wow for us.
Wow. Okay, well, it has been an honor, as always, and we've got music, we got your knowledge, your wisdom, and we're going to have more of this. You know, we're going to be doing our own thing together here, podcasting and talking about this, because you are just great to be, you know,
and guess what?
To take this in.
So are you.
Oh, no, I'm just happy with you. But we just about out of time with Charles Babatu Murphy, and you can be on the lookout, because he's working on his new album. He's going to be doing a lot of music with his guitars, keyboards, and the infrared rocker. So you can find him on social media. He's out there, and he's got a new album. He's in the process of getting that completed right now. All right. So that's going to wrap us up for the show this time. Kevykev. Hey, be sure to subscribe and follow us on our YouTube channel. Stay with us, subscribe to it, and be looking out for Babatu with more coming up in 2004 and 2005. Kevykev, Kevy's Corner. We'll talk to you next time.